What's up, everyone? I just finished watching the Titans TV show on Netflix a couple of days ago, and honestly, before I begin talking about the show itself, I just wanted to do a quick backstory. Before I started watching this, I saw the trailer briefly to the show, and I kept thinking to myself, this show is probably going to be like Arrow, Flash, and all them. They're just the same old story. And honestly, I'm just burnt out from Flash and Arrow. It's the same old repetitive, generic superhero saves the day. It's kind of PG. There's not much like the fighting is okay, but it's not. It's not like there's no like bite to it. There's no blood. There's no. It doesn't feel like when they hit people, they hit. It's just the same old PG. Good guy saves the day, and I'm just kind of getting bored of it. This. I saw the trailer. I was like, it looks okay, but it just looks like it's just trying too hard to be edgy and all that, and I just wasn't interested. Little did I know, when I watched the show, I would fucking end up loving it, and I am no one is more surprised by that than me. From the first episode, I was instantly intrigued in the show. Now, quick note. I haven't really watched that much of the Teen Titans, the cartoon show, or Teen Titans Go and all that. I watched a couple episodes here and there, but I haven't really watched too much. So this is like my first proper introduction to the Teen Titans properly. And I gotta say, I think they did a really good job. The Robin, Dick Grayson, was a very interesting character, and it's very cool to see like the perspective of Robin to how he sees Batman and living with Batman throughout his life, and it's really cool to see Robin be put in the forefront of the story rather than just being afterthought next to Batman. And the actor who played him did a really good job of portraying this like character who's very conflicted with himself. He doesn't know who he is, who he wants to be. Like he's a cop, but then again he doesn't want to be Robin, but he always finds himself going back in the costume fighting crime, because how can he not when he spent so many years doing just that? And I'm not going to try to spoil too much, because honestly, people need to watch this show, because I think this show is actually much better than what it seemed at first. The actress playing Raven actually did a pretty good job. At first I thought she was going to be a bit cringy or just like not great, but she does a good job playing the role of this teenager who's always felt kind of alone and has had this like demonic presence around her entire life. And at times with her it comes off very horror movie-esque, and they do a really good job with that. Beast Boy feels like this classic, like the classic geeky teenager who's into video games and all that. The actor portrays it so well that I'm almost certain that's how he is in real life, because it comes off so natural with him. Then there's Starfire. Starfire was the one I was worried about, because she doesn't look how she looks in the comics, and I was like, I need to try and do this for the whole SJW angle, but I was like, no, I'm going to judge this on its own merits. I'm not going to hold that SJW bullshit against it. And honestly, she came off as being one of my favourite characters. She was always badass from the beginning, and she comes off very likeable. And honestly, the chemistry between all the people in the group is very good. They feel like they'll actually become a group like they are in the cartoon, like they're a proper uniform superhero group, and you could tell that because the chemistry between all the characters is so well done. And honestly, throughout the season, I was just constantly impressed at how good the show was. I thought, okay, it's going to get bad now. It's going to get bad. I'm going to lose interest. And honestly, I never did. And honestly, I'm just shocked by it, because I never thought I would be just talking about how much I liked the Titans TV show. But honestly, I just have to give it up to the show. It really impressed me. And I also like how it's M-rated. Like, for example, I know there wasn't going to be much spoilers, but I'm going to do one or two kind of small ones and one big one towards the end, because I got to talk about it. But one of the smaller ones is that, well, basically, it's in the first episode, it's not that big of a deal. Basically, Robin finds a bunch of thugs in an alleyway in the street, and he lands, and there is a quite funny joke saying, oh no, it's Robin, where's Batman? And all the thugs are looking for Batman, and Robin's just standing there like, what the fuck? It's just the humour in this is kind of funny for time as well. I was not expecting it to be funny as much as it was. And honestly, and then the fighting begins, and that's when this show got to me. I was like, shit, the show might actually be better than I thought it was going to be. I did not think the fighting was going to be so good. It's gritty, it feels brutal, and it was just awesome. You just see Robin destroying these thugs. It felt like I was watching one of the Netflix Marvel shows like Daredevil or Punisher. It was just It was just a sight to see. It was entertaining, and that first fight scene, Robin comes off looking like a badass. Now, as we know, Robin has never, compared to Batman, no one's ever seen the Boy Wonder as the badass of the group. But by God, he was awesome in this. Speaking of Robin, there's also another Robin in this show. Jason Todd. Now, I know that some people might find that a spoiler, but he's not in it too much, and he doesn't really have a big part to play, but it's just interesting to see him, and the dynamic between the original Robin, who's grown up and kind of matured, and this Robin who's young, rebellious, and kind of has a chip in his shoulder when it comes to like beating people up, and just himself in general. The actor who plays Jason Todd does a great job of playing this character who enjoys the fighting a bit too much, and you can kind of see how he can become who he becomes later on. And I'm trying to think of anyone else of note I want to talk about. Raven does a great job. Her character Starfire is a badass. Robin's Rachel. Beast Boy's the awesome teenager. And of course, Hawk and Dawn. These two random characters, these heroes I have known nothing about. I was like, who the hell are these two people? I even like them. They're these like interesting characters who have a history with Dick Grayson. And at first I was like, I need to just throw random people in for the sake of it. But no, they actually play a point in the story. They get along, they integrate with the other group members well, and honestly come off as very likeable characters. I'm just amazed how likeable everyone is in this show. I know I've said I'm surprised so many times, but honestly I thought Titans was just going to be a pile of trash. I thought it wasn't going to be anything spectacular. It's going to be one of those forgettable shows that'll be cancelled after one season, and I was wrong on all fronts. This show is incredible. And honestly, the one thing I want to talk about more than anything is the final episode. Now, this is kind of a spoiler, but it's also not. And what I mean with this, let's just say Robin is in a dream state or trance. So everything that happens in this moment isn't really, like, it's not that big of a deal because it's just a dream. It's just to lead to something else. But basically, me and my friend are all talking about, just like, why can't Marvel and DC just do like random stuff? I know you gotta follow the comics, but why can't you just do some fun stuff in movies or TV shows? Like have these random crossovers, like Marvel crossover with DC. Just some fun stuff just for the sake of the fans. And we got it here. Basically, if you don't want to get spoiled, leave now. Okay, let's talk about this. Batman basically becomes the bad guy. Basically what happens is, in this dream state, Robin goes back to Gotham, and he finds Batman, and basically Batman's out trying to kill the Joker. You see the Joker on top of the roof of this cop's car, and he's screwed. But he ends up living, and he's in hospital. Later on, Robin goes to Bruce's mansion to try to talk to him, try to get him to stop being so, like, you know, angry and just be alone. He wants to try to get truth to him, bring him back to who he was, and stop Bruce is sending into a murderer. But of course it doesn't work, because later on Robin goes to the hospital and sees Bruce stand next to Joker with the fucking batarang stuck into his chest. I was like, shit! And then later on he goes to Arkham, the asylum, and you see this bloody corpse, and it's in the hand it's holding this coin. I was like, oh shit, he's after killing Two-Face. Then you see this other bloody corpse, and there's this doll next to it. You're like, shit, he killed the doll maker. They just walk into this room full of bodies covered up, and I'm like, shit, before they even said it, Batman's after wiping out his entire rogues gallery. He's killed every criminal. And I know a lot of people are probably going to agree with this choice, and to a bit I kind of see the logic. It's like, is it really worth the risk keeping these people alive? But it's so against Batman's principle that it does come off as shocking in this episode. The fact that he does not kill, to see him just mass murder all these people who are locked up. So then Robin's like, okay, he's gone off the deep end. He might end up hurting someone if we don't stop. So Robin joins the police. He reveals who Batman is, and basically this kind of SWAT team enters the manor, Bruce's mansion. They go into the Batcave, and then Batman just drops down and starts wiping out the SWAT team. You see blood, you see Batman just pulverizing these people, killing them. This isn't like he's hurting them but they're still alive. He is fucking massacring people. And then it's just so cool. Then Starfire shows up because she's this detective in this dream, and she's going to use her fire powers at Batman. He turns around and has what I'm guessing is Mr. Freeze's cold gun, shoots her, she's dead. Then Robin's like, blow the manor. The building blows up. Then cut to Batman being stuck under rubble Robin goes over and he's just saying, "You did it, Bruce," or something. "You wanted my darkness? Fine." And then Robin basically puts his foot on Batman's neck and just basically just crushes it with his foot. And I'm like, what the fuck did I just watch? Then of course, as I guessed, it was a dream. It's kind of obvious. The dream state ends and then there's a final scene. I'm not saying anything about that, but just the dream, just that dream state alone, just having that kind of cool what if scenario was awesome. It was just so cool, unexpected. It was just badass. And they did a really good job of portraying what Batman, how scary Batman would be if he became the bad guy. And just seeing Robin kill Batman, it was a very weird feeling. It's also ironic, this is the second time recently I've seen a hero die by someone killing them as they were stuck on the rubble, such as another spoiler for Into the Spideyverse, Kingpin killing Peter Parker when he's stuck on the rubble. It's just a strange coincidence. Now, I know we're on a bit of a tangent talking about how great that episode was when Batman turned bad, but man, it was so good. I'd recommend just watch that episode alone, but really, if you haven't watched Titans yet, I really recommend you watch it. It's a really good show. It has horror elements, it has badass fight scenes, has likable characters, it has everything you'd want in a superhero TV show. But it doesn't come off as just like, alright, this villain of the week, this episode, next episode, this villain of the week. It comes off as a very natural story progression. It's just one continuous story from one episode to the next, and it's really well done. I'd recommend check out Titans, you won't regret it. That's all I gotta say, so guys, I'll see you next time.